taking that deep, deep, deep lymphatic breath. Thank you for coming aboard the Friendship Train ride. Thank you for joining us in making conscious self-health care moves. So let's discover lasting wellness by being our very own wellness doctor. Step up out of the dark ages of disease care. Conscious self-health care moves by becoming your conscious self-health care navigator and leaping into or with the new paradigm of bioenergetics and quantum health care. Yes, advance from the old and embrace the future of now, making conscious self-health care moves by becoming your own wellness doctor. Welcome aboard the Friendship Train ride. The remedy. We have a pharmacy inside of us that is absolutely exquisite. It makes the right medicine for the precise time, for the right targeted organ with no side effects. You better believe it, family, community, and friends. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, coming to you straight and live from the non-secular science of medicine. Your desire is your prayer. Picture the fulfillment of your desire now and feel its reality, and you will experience the joy of the answered prayer. Family, community, and friends, it's time to take a look from the field vibration of cellular activity. Aboard the Friendship Train, we sit back and take deep, deep, deep lymphatic breaths while we tune into ourselves with the understanding. More and more, we must learn to think not in terms of race or color or language or religion, of political boundaries, but in terms of humanity. Above all races and political boundaries, there is humanity. Welcome aboard the Friendship Train ride. Thank you for joining us, and we all are making conscious self-health care moves. Right perspective, right results. When your perspective is not clear, your behavior becomes inconsistent. It's time for consistency. Your body will never lie to you. Family, community, and friends, your body will never lie to you. However, your mind will. Step up to quantum health care. Thank you for coming to dance and breathe with me. This Wellness Wednesday on the Conscious Self-Health Care Conversation Radio Show. Woo woo! Taking that ride. Woo woo! To healthcare freedom. Woo woo! Making your conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for self-success.
Love and understanding, so get on board the Friendship Train. Everybody shake a hand, shake a hand. People are talking about the Friendship Train. Get on board and shake a hand, make a friend. People listen to us now.
Clear that throat. Clear your throat. Set back and take a deep, deep, deep lymphatic breath. You aboard the Friendship Train ride for making conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation view is essential for self-success. That's the game plan, family, community, and friends. Self-success. Set back. Relax as I share with you information that will empower you more or empower you to become your own wellness doctor. Self-health care medication. I'm the host, your conductor, Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, coming to you straight and live from the non-secular science of medicine. I love saying that because we take all of what we know about human anatomy, physiology, Western medicine, and we take that information in the spirit that they created it, developed it for the use of the human to make their own decisions about how to care for themselves, having the fact of knowing how the body works. But with the most complete understanding and understanding that what? Life is a state of consciousness. That's why self-health care medicine, family, community, and friends. Like Joseph Murphy had to say, your desire is your prayer. Picture the fulfillment of your desire now and feel its reality, and you will experience the joy of the answered prayer. Family, community, and friends, you can have your true desire. It comes from you. You see, all change in the outer that you want to see and have begins with a change in the inner. Know thyself. Know who you are. Feel good, excited about your life, the life that you are living, the life that you are creating. What are you doing in these changing and challenging times? Sit back. You're on a friendship train ride. You have times where you can sit back and tune into yourself and think about all the things you have been thinking about and how you've been thinking about them and if they have been benefiting you, or is it the other way around? It's time to take your power back, family, community, and friends. Woo woo! This wellness train ride, we're talking about building powerful nerve force we need to have in place in this day and time. It's truly time to sit back and relax. And we love to do that right here aboard the Friendship Train Ride and our many stops on Wellness Boulevard. You know, there's so many wonderful non-secular science modalities that are right on time, right on point, that keeps you in control, to put that smile in your heart so you would know if you do create cellular malfunctions, not a disease, because you're not going to let your cellular malfunctions become a sickness, a illness to your body, to your organs, to be out of balance. Family, community, and friends, we will have cellular malfunctions as humans, and that's okay. We can lessen them, have few of them, or have none of them, and we can always correct, because the body is always in harmony and peace. It's, I'll say, the consciousness that's not in harmony and peace with life itself, and that's what being a human does. It has you go up and down, round and round the Ferris wheel, up and down, in and out, but you got to know how to create and keep your black balance. So thank you for coming aboard the Friendship Train Ride. You know it's a Harriet Tubman's ride, but we're not going to throw you off the train if you start any corruption. We're just going to ask you, don't bring your old ways here. Don't bring that old thought process here. You work on that on your own, in your own time, in your own meditative state. You came aboard the Friendship Train Ride because you want to strengthen that resolve, because everything around you is not in balance with that. and you want to look past it and become who you are. Bless what you see that's not of you. Family, community, and friends, we're talking about setting back, tuning into yourself, because one believes in oneself. One doesn't try to convince others, because one is content with oneself. One doesn't need others' approval, because one accepts oneself. The whole world accepts him or her. Life is a state of consciousness, family, community, and friends. And what is in your state of consciousness about you, for you? Each time we face our fear, we gain strength, courage, and confidence in the doing. See, each time we face our fear, if you're involved in a situation, or you see something or hear something and invoke a feeling of excitement, of trepidation, of fear, oh, that's how you come in balance with your nervous system. Come in balance with it. Know how are you interpreting that information. Could be false education when you accept it as a reality. It could be really false evidence appearing real to you because of that state of consciousness. Sometimes we gotta sit back and take a moment and realize how we're seeing things and how we're handling things. And there's been so much going on around the world for every human being on planet Earth and its animals. I'm here to tell you, the land itself, that we all need to sit back and do what the universe, Earth, is doing. In spite of what man does, it's going to clean itself up. And that's how the human body works. It will definitely clean itself up. And that's why we say, family, community, and friends, sit back, take a deep breath, tune into your life. You aboard the friendship train ride as we emancipate from mental slavery. Medical slavery, mental slavery. What is slavery to you? And what are you holding on to, wanting to accept and believe in to be a part of the norm, and it's not really working for you because your nervous system is letting you know you're going against yourself. There is no balance. And when there is no balance with the nervous system, it's because of the lymphatic system. It's the purification system of the body. It makes every area have the condition that it needs for those particular cells to harmonize, communicate, share information, and move forward. We can't have stagnation. We can't have excess fluid and excess sodium in the body. The lymphatic system, the breath of life, we got to breathe. That's why we just don't say the immune system. We call it the system that it is, the lymphatic system. It is empowered by the breath of life and your connection. Life is a state of consciousness. Family, community, and friends. We on the friendship train ride. Woo woo! You know, we celebrated 13 years of sharing this information with you right here on Inner Light Radio. Woo woo! The healing frequency. And that's what you want to get tuned into. You want to be tuned into the vibration of the healing frequencies. No matter what your state of consciousness is, your body understands and knows the root and the offspring you are. So family, community, and friends, sometimes you see a picture and you see some information and you want to shift that information. So normally what we do is we fire at the situation, what's happening, the screen of things. And what we should do is turn around. Turn around. Go within. Fire at the projector. You. Not the situation. You can change the view. Change the projector. That will stop the screen picture. What you're seeing, family, community, and friends. Instead of firing at the screen, turn around and fire into the projector. That will stop the picture. Shift your state of consciousness. Don't put yourself in that paradigm of thought. Don't get caught up in the normal everyday thinking. We are individuals. We are divine individuals. Whew, Lord, thank you, Jesus. Knowing that truth. Too often you try to change outer things instead of changing the inner. You are firing at the screen instead of the projector. So nothing happens. But when you start to change your consciousness, you are firing at the projector. And then things happen. If you don't like the picture on the screen, change the reel. If you don't like the picture you were seeing and would like to see some other, you wouldn't get a cloth and try to rub it off as if a blackboard. You would take out the reel and put in the reel you want. Family, community, and friends, the scientific way to approach life, if you do not like the picture you are getting, is to change the reel. Change the reel. I was changing the reel. I was in a circumstance. Took that pause right there, just thinking. Moved into a situation of my body experiencing a cellular malfunction that they call a stroke, that had heightened for me the nervous system. Because it's still amazing to me to feel one side of the body, nerves, and not feel the other side. And knowing it's the nerve force power, the power of the lymphatic system, the power of the nerves. Your nerves respond through feelings, emotions, everything you do, food, water, everything you do, but you really don't feel it to the degree that if, like my nerves now, the caps, they say are unsealed. And that's why I can feel everything. But they can numb them, clip them, cut them, but we ain't doing none of that. But back to what I was saying. It's just amazing to me, Life has brought me back to the nerve force. And that's probably because that's where everybody is. Everybody is in a state of loneliness, of sadness, of depression. And you are in control of your life. And you have to live to the correct understanding, not from a man-made mindset of human consciousness and understanding. Family, community, and friends, how do we change the real? We change the real. We change that picture that we don't want to see by rising in consciousness. Oh, sit back. Take that deep, deep, deep breath. Say what? By rising in consciousness? Life is a state of consciousness. It's about what I'm seeing, what I'm viewing, what I'm accepting, what I'm claiming, what I'm making reality. Only you have the power to change your reality, to see the picture of things you want to see. And even when you go through your circumstances, your situations, you understand. Don't like that view over there. think I'm going to keep on going down this road right here. Thank you for that picture. How do we change the real? By rising in consciousness. The only real healers are practical ones. Family, community, and friends. Be a practical healer for yourself. Family, community, and friends. Claim your wellness. Claim your divinity. Oh, life is a state of consciousness. And take that deep, deep breath. Take that pause and sit back and ask yourself, is it time for me to claim my wellness in these changing and challenging times? Yes, it is. And you can do that. When you step up out of the dark ages of disease care, when you step up, look at, understand, and what life has taught us over the past 4 years, it's the 4 D's and 2 P's. Death, dying, disease, deception, and pain. Pharmaceuticals, what they do, how they disturb the inner workings of the processes of the human body. Family, community, and friends, it's time to sit back and become your own wellness doctor and tune into yourself. Woo-woo! You gotta talk to yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Talk to yourself. You are the creator of your life. It's time for you to create the world that you want to see. And on board the friendship train ride, you can do that. Because we be riding down on the train tracks, and what we seeing? We seeing the life and love of the passengers on the train ride, what they're creating for themselves. Because see, they sharing that information with you. They're telling you about how they move forward, how they stepped up out of the dark ages of disease care. But most importantly, they're telling you how they shift out of chronic disease care, stress, how they see the systems of the body, the organs, how to take care, feed, and nourish this human vessel that you and I are using to interface with in life, with one another. That's what it's showing us. We have to look at it for what it really is and what we really are. And man can't hide from the truth. They're letting you know about devices that reads cellular information, cellular activity, pulse waves, all kinds of information, Lord, that can help you understand and help them. And because they want to advance themselves, they can no longer keep it a secret and keep it hidden. And they got to say, well, we want you to still believe that you have this and you are a victim to that, and you need these pharmaceuticals. You need this device to monitor you so you can check on your diseases every day and see how they are. Family, community, and friends, turn it around. Use those things to check on you to see how you are stepping your body up and out of the danger zone. That's right. That's why we're here. But we are here to live a fruitful and a promising and a loving life. Yes, we are. We have to keep this life simple. That's why it's time for you to make conscious self-health care moves, and you can do it, and you don't need nobody's permission, and you can become your own wellness doctor. Stress is a silent major influence on our health, just like our nervous system is, and we can't even feel it, but they can tie a lot of mental and emotional feelings to your nervous system. Family, community, and friends, you can create that balance. Tune into yourself and understand what's truly going on, and get out there and do that research. They are so mad with what they've created. Artificial intelligence is so damn intelligent that it's telling on them. And we have to thank it. We have to thank it. So don't be in stress. Stress is a silent major influence on your health. and our healing, and most feel they may not be under mental or physical stress and believe that they have a strong stress resistance. Well, family, community, and friends, like I said, modernization and where we are today and how they know what's going on with you, they have tools that's going to display the frequency and the vibration and the speaking in cell language of what's going on and how the body is in harmony or not, or how the body is in balance or how it's not. And they look through that through your nervous system. That's why we got to have powerful nerve force so it can display balance. But when we're not in balance, we're thankful that it can show us. Because a lot of times, that state of consciousness, I ain't under stress, I ain't going through nothing, and that's good. But if you are and you're holding it in, and the way it's working on your cells, your conscious thinking, you get the opportunity to shift that energy. You can shift that energy. We all are handling so much more than we could have ever imagined. So with that system that they created, that they use within the medical system, and we use in the non-circular science medical system as well, I invite you to have the Max Pulse 3-minute cardiovascular screening. Yes. Even if you cannot come to me in Washington, D.C., because the test is done in person, find someone in your neighborhood that has a Max Pulse system and go to them. That's an alternative functional medicine. And will view things differently in helping you and supporting you with changing and shifting the energy of your cells and what you are doing. Because it's going to tell you what's going on with your arteries, how clogged they are, how unclogged they are, what state they are in. It's going to talk to you about your stress level. How are you seeing things mentally, physically? And you will know for sure, and you'll be a match with it. And you can move on and do the things that you want to do in this world. So I offer you that test in Washington, D.C. Don't get mad at other people now, because I'm offering it to you for $100. Yeah, I know where we're supposed to be, but we all need to understand this information. And if it was in my power, if someone would donate and say, Karen, here's a donation. I made a donation to Love Power 44, paypal.me, Love Power 44, and I'd like for you to use that donation to offer that Max Pulse 3-minute cardiovascular screening, pulse wave analysis, and know your level of artery elasticity, the stiffness, and your stress score. Give it to certain many people, give it away free. I would love to be able to do that. Make your donation to Love Power 44 through PayPal and put down there, I'm giving this donation to you, founder of the Arc of Self-Healing and Self-Help, Health Education for Longevity and Peace, to support the community during these changing and challenging times with understanding where they are and how they can take responsibility for their health care and become their own wellness doctor and shift out of chronic disease, care, stress, step up from pharmaceuticals, and start better taking care of the physical body that they're using to move around into. I would love for that to happen. Because we are not our own enemy. We must heal and deal with self-love. You on the friendship train. Everybody shake a hand, make a friend. Tell everybody about the friendship train ride. Come on board every Wellness Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and a time in your areas where you are located. And yes, like I said, it's changing and challenging times for everybody are doing everything. So with the loss of my roommate, and I know as some other people have done too, lost their loved ones, their husband, whoever they were living with, their income now is down to just them, and they're trying to figure out how to make it and what they need to do. I stay with the flow, even with this stroke. I say I got to keep moving forward. I got to keep rising to picturing what I want to see. Because, see, the projector is me, and I am creating that picture on the screen. And I am moving forward from all the things that come my way that want to stop me. So I create that picture, and I move forward on this friendship train ride. Whew, taking that deep breath, and you can do it with me, family, community, and friends. You can do it for yourself. Yep, you can do it for yourself. Taking that deep breath, setting back. Thinking about the power of the lymphatic system. You know, you just got to honor every system of the body as a whole. We're glad to know how they work individually, how cells communicate and talk, but it's to create the picture for us to see. And I want to see that picture. And I don't want to say that I need anybody or anything else but myself and my state of consciousness to correct things. But you know what I mean. I need things that people create for the betterment, for the good of life. You know, not the other way around. That's why you want to have that max pulse, 3-minute cardiovascular test. You want to see what's going on with your arteries. You want to check out your stress level. You want to see how much energy is within each area of the body. It gives you so much information and it's so simple to read. That's the beauty of it. I don't have to interpret everything. Yes, I am certified holistic practitioner advisor. I can advise with you. I can go with you to the hospital and work as your advisor. But why? We don't have to go against doctors or anything like that. You just start living your life. So, but I'm just saying, family, community, and friends, this is a test that is vital to you. It reads your truth of your cell activity, and you can read it, and you can be honest with yourself or not, and you can step up by doing the natural way of living. You know, nature has everything we need, and I'm definitely trying to find out how to get rid of this cataract in my eye, because I definitely don't want to have this surgery. If you take my, no, listen, no. Oh, if anybody know of any remedies for the eye besides having surgery and removing it, I know it's a way. I know, I digress, because you still be thinking about your cellular malfunctions and how you are correcting them. And as I do more and more research in this coming time, and it's clear, this has been about 8 years now, 9 years now, I have to do something. I feel like I keep getting visions of light in this eye. I can see. So I know I'm doing something to melt what this cataract is made of. I know it can be done because Dr. Savy said it can be done. Dr. Savy said, put a little bit of your urine in your eye. I don't know why I haven't been able to do that yet. We got another doctor, and she says, you know, just take a little teeny dab of Vicks, pure Vicks, and put it in your eye, and it'll melt it. I haven't done that yet either. Oh, Lord, there's a way with the body to have balance and create and move this. But then there are products that can help us. Okay, I'm still digressing. Okay, family, community, and friends, sit back. Take a deep breath. Think about the things I've shared with you. I know I went on and went on and on. But I want you to know, find someone in your area that offers the max pulse system. Sit back, tune into yourself, and see what your cells are saying to you and what your state of consciousness is saying to yourself. And put everything in alignment. Yes, it's time to become your own wellness doctor. Woo woo! Be right back with your family. Take a break. Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K. 202-248-7749. Visit the website for celllife.com. The number 4, CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation. 202-248-7749. Taking that deep breath, family. I'm back. The conductor is back. The host is back. The pause for the breath. Remember to breathe deeply, family, community, and friends. Not just in stressful times, not just in exciting times, but you want to breathe. You want to take that inhalation in. You want to hold it. You want to feed the body with oxygen. The body needs to be oxygenated more than it is not, because it will still function either way. But it functions at its best when it has more pure oxygen in the body. And I'm here to tell you, I know for sure, paying attention and been experiencing things, and I understand. Oxygenate the body. Take those deep breaths to support. Pull that oxygen out of the air and release that carbon dioxide from your body. We're talking about the purification system, the lymphatic system, the power of the nervous system that touches every tissue, cell in the body, just like the lymphatic system does. But we have to pay attention to what's going on, because we just get a feeling about our nerves. Unless you're in my state, you don't even feel them. I'm gonna let it go. I said when I came back I was going to let it go. I can't let it go, because this is my real life radio show. I'm sharing my journey with you, how I'm moving forward through my cellular malfunctions that do come up, because I am a human. We're going to have them. We're going to have some we talk about and some we don't. Some people say, I ain't never had nothing wrong with me all my life. There's something. They just chose not to share it with nobody and move forward from them. And that's a great thing for them. And that's okay. Because people are living longer and longer because they are at a balance within themselves. They are at peace within themselves. And that's why I'm saying to you, calmness. It's time to be calm. Be calm and know what you are doing. Know what you are facing. Know what state you are in and what you want to correct it with and how you want to correct it. You want to create the world you want to see. That's what we talk about here on the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. Life is a state of consciousness. And I just got finished sharing with you, how do you change the real? The real, what you're seeing in your life that you don't want to see. You want to shift things. How? By rising in consciousness. Rise in consciousness, because life is a state of consciousness. I tell you, but people don't know what's going on with them nerves and how them nerves are affecting, have an effect on other parts of the body, And I'm here to tell you, it's a lot. And a lot of times it's just a state that people are in. And they having them think that they're involved in a lot of other things. And the doctors want to classify it as this and classify it as that. And sometimes it just may mean that you just need to sit back and take a deep, 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 deep breath and see how you are visualizing things for yourself. What are you creating? All change in the outer begins with a change in the inner. You're talking self-health care medicine. We're talking you being your own wellness doctor. We're talking about you stepping up out of the dark ages of disease care. We just got finished celebrating the 13th anniversary of Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery. Medical slavery and mental slavery. May, they say, is Mental Health Month. You are already on a trajectory. You're already moving forward. You're looking at your states of consciousness, your thoughts, because thoughts create things. You're asking yourself, what am I doing? What am I giving my power to right now? What has happened? Am I able to shift, change, move forward, adjust my cell, and keep moving forward? Or am I going to stay solid like a rock and everything has changed? That's all we're saying, family, community, and friends. This is the arc of self-healing and self-help. Health education for longevity and peace. You're talking the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show. Inviting you aboard the Friendship Train Ride where we move down Wellness Boulevard. And we could be stopping anywhere at any time. And you're always welcome aboard. You don't need a ticket. You just get on board. Feel good. You got to feel good. You got to feel good because feelings get the blessings. And you want to bless yourself. Talking about nerve force. We're talking about the power of the nerves. I'm sharing with you from Paul C. Bragg's book, Building Powerful Nerve Force, Holistic, Natural Health Way. Gives you happiness, health, peace, relieves tension and pressure, nature's way. Let life flow through your nerves with a healthy, vital force. Sit back, family. Relax. Keep doing your deep breathing, tuning into yourself. Something may come up. You may want to take a note. You may want to write something down. You may want to come back again and listen. But I'm going to share with you. Oh, let me take my seat. Get comfortable because I'm going to go nonstop. I'm going to go straight. Like I said, is it false education accepted as reality? Is that your fear? Is it false evidence appearing real? It's okay. Look at it, see it, correct it, shift it, change it. Take it into what you want it to be. You are aware. Remember, you are making conscious self-healthcare moves. So we're talking about there are 6 basic fears that they say that people deal with. Are you caught up in one of these and holding on to it too tightly that you can't move yourself forward? Here's some things that you can think about. And I'm going to share as much as I can because I'm going to read to a point and I'm going to look up and I'm going to see what time it is. I know I got about 20 minutes. So let's see how far I can go. Okay, family, community, and friends. Take that deep, deep, deep lymphatic breath. Sit back. Stand, whatever you're doing. You're in a lotus position. Great. Here we go. The majority of people, if asked what they fear most, would reply. The majority of people, if asked what they fear most, would reply, I fear nothing. The reply would be inaccurate because every human being is, at one time or another, the victim of one or more of the 6 basic fears. Fear of poverty, fear of ill health, fear of old age, fear of criticism, fear of the loss of love, fear of death. Millions of people are crippled all through life with the several or all of these fears. They live at a high nervous tension. Their nerve force is at a low ebb at all times, and eventually such people have a nervous breakdown. Fear attacks both the material and the spiritual things of life. It can strip one of material possessions. In fact, fear makes difficult the task of procuring the bare necessities of life: food, shelter, and clothing. Fear destroys initiative, enthusiasm, and ambition. It undermines self-confidence and stifles imagination. Fear causes one to become greedy, dishonest, grouchy, mean, cruel, and irritable in relationships with others. Fear is dangerous because it generally exists in the subconscious, where it is not easily detected by the victim. If fear disclosed its presence by acute pain and some form of headaches, it would be less fatal because its presence will be detected and its victims will do something to eliminate it. But it comes like a thief in the night, like a thief in the night, and poisons the mind so it cannot function constructively. You and only you can fret out your fears and send them packing. Nothing will save you if you fail or refuse to rid yourself of the fear, because only one thing is required. Incidentally, the one thing that you can control, that is your state of mind. Life is a state of consciousness. What state are you in? A state of mind is something that one assumes when she has built up a large reservoir of nerve force. Fear thoughts are banished when there is powerful nerve force. It cannot be purchased. It must be created. The greatest factor in pulling this country out of the Great Depression in the 1930s was the positive change in the state of mind of the people in response to what President Roosevelt confident assurance. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. President Roosevelt said, we have nothing to fear but fear itself. This assertion states a timeless truth. Fear tends to paralyze, but if we face our fears intelligently, we can face them down. Let's take a good hard look at the 6 basic fears. That's right. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. The fear of poverty. Some people are in that state right now because of this pandemic and what has happened. But I said I wasn't going to talk. I was going to keep on reading. The fear of poverty. When he discussed the fear of poverty, he says there can be no compromise between poverty and riches. The roads to those two extremes travel in opposite directions. If you want riches, you must refuse to accept any circumstances that leads towards poverty. The word riches is used here in its broadest sense, meaning not only financial wealth, but health, perpetual youthfulness, vitality, energy, long life, spiritual, mental, and material estate. To me, the greatest wealth is vigorous, vibrant health. I agree with you, Dr. Braggs. Fear of poverty is a state of mind brought on by nerve exhaustion. But powerful nerve force, build powerful nerve force, and you will eliminate the fear of poverty. In fact, in the process of building powerful nerve force, you will be traveling the road to health and wellness. Excuse me, family, community, and friends. Take that deep breath and clear my throat. Okay? The fear of ill health, as stated by Dr. Bragg. The seed of fear of ill health lies in every human mind. In order that this seed does not blossom into a terrible living fear, it is your duty to yourself to build your nerve force to its highest level. When the nerve force is low, every ache and every pain is blown up into a deadly disease. The imagination runs wild. A person will have a headache and right away imagine that it is a brain tumor. When you live by the natural program, the natural laws of health, you will banish the fear of ill health. We know that's an error in your consciousness, and you need to correct that error. There is a definite cause for sickness. You build your ill health by unhealthy daily habits of living. When you eat devitaminized demineralized foods, when you eat devitaminized, demineralized foods, I had to repeat that, you are going to suffer from deficiency. Like we say, to cause a sickness, deficiency and toxicity. If you are lazy and refuse to build a good circulation by proper exercise, you are going to have circulatory troubles. You will never fear ill health when you live by the laws of nature. And that is what we're sharing with you on this train ride, on this radio show, making conscious self-health care moves, becoming your own wellness doctor. Aboard the friendship train, moving down Wellness Boulevard, stepping up out of the dark ages of disease care and shifting out of chronic disease care stress. So we live by the laws of nature, and you will be rewarded with radiant health. That's right, family, community, and friends. No matter what they bring in the world, stick with the basics of life. The fear of old age is number 3 of the 6 basic fears. When the nerve force drops to a low level, this great fear takes hold of the mind. It sends a cold shoulder over the body of the worrier. He sees himself as old and feeble, a burden to everyone around him. He pictures himself blind or half blind, deaf, trembling, ugly, weak, and senile. This fear of old age is one that we all must fight through corrective living and constructive and positive thinking. The fear of old age is one that we all must fight through corrective living and constructive and positive thinking. That's reason. Let's reason this out. Karen, that's this eye. But I can see y'all. Let me take my time and clip my eye so I can see. First, there is no such thing as old age. There is not a cell, and that's the truth, there is not a cell in our body that is over 11 months old, except our bones and our teeth, which are only a little older. Every day we tear down millions of body cells, and every day we build millions of new cells. So what part of us is old? The answer is no part of us is old. It is the toxic poisons that get into our bodies that permanently age us. Our enemies are not birthdays, but toxic poison, deficiency, states of consciousness. Okay? We hear this statement many times. Man is as old as his arteries. Come check yours out. Have that max pulse test with me in Washington, D.C. for $100, and I'll tell you what's going on with your arteries. I'll tell you how your cells are vibrating and communicating. I will tell you what your body is saying to you in terms of your stress level, where you are. And when I say I'll tell you, I won't tell you. I'll give you the printout. You can read it for yourself. $100. Give me a call. Yes, I interrupted. 202-248-7749. Go visit the website. CONSCIOUSELFCARE.com. Yes, step up out of the dark ages of disease care. Let's see what's going on with this body. Yes, back to the book. We hear this statement many times: man is as old as his arteries. And that is definitely correct. There are many people of 70, 80, and even 90 who have flexible, clean, rust-free arteries. They have good circulation, keen eyesight, and good hearing. They have learned how to keep their arteries free from clogging, waste, and toxic materials. Now, on the other hand, you find people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who have clogged arteries and suffer from permanent aging. I say it all can be corrected. Just remember that there are two kinds of ages: your calendar years and your biological years. The calendar years means nothing if you live by the laws of nature. Say that again, Karen. The calendar years means nothing if you live by the laws of nature. Family, community, and friends, build your reserve of nerve force to its highest capacity, and you will forever banish the thought of getting old. He said, a friend of mine, a veteran of the political arena, has often remarked it: if someone isn't shooting barbs at you, you are getting nowhere. The only time to worry is when you don't get any criticism. It means you are standing still. It means that you are standing still. Remember, no matter what you do, you cannot please everyone. Sometimes not even your closest blood relatives. He says, I remember many years ago when I started in this health way of living, some of my brothers and sisters criticized me and called me a health nut, food fetish, health crank, and many other uncomplimentary names. And I know how you feel, Dr. Bragg, because I got the same thing when I'm talking about quantum health and healing. And you were just talking then about what you was talking about that. Just imagine if you was here now talking about this stuff. But my nerve force was a high level force. He says, but my nerve force was at a high level, and they could not disturb my peace of mind. Karen Davis-Foulks, Reverend Karen Davis-Foulks, Reverend Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. Yes, I'm here to tell you, family, community, and friends, that my nerve force was at a high level, and they cannot disturb my peace of mind. Because I could feel my nerves, and I wasn't going to let them go crazy, just listening to and getting all upset. I said, no. Give that no reality in life. I'm not the creator of that. I'm not creating that. You're not creating what you're not creating. And that's why you're sitting back on this train ride, taking a look, seeing what you are thinking that you are creating, but you just caught up into. But I digressed again. Okay. Whew. They could not disturb my peace of mind. The long years have proven that my health way of life continues to build powerful nerve force, resulting in vigorous health and living in a state of agelessness. I have long since buried my critics. And a lot of people are doing that right now, family, community, and friends, making adjustments, changing the diet, going back to eating real food, breathing in the clean, fresh air, oxygen, taking care of themselves. So living by wisdom and intelligence, I let criticism pass over me like water off a duck's back. I live by the finer force of nature. I am one with God and nature. Therefore, Why should I let some sick mind have any influence over me? I am living at a high rate of mental, physical, and spiritual vibration. Are you? Are you living at a high rate of mental, physical, and spiritual vibration? When you live by truth and divine intelligence, petty criticism cannot touch you. You are impervious to slander and the talk of small-minded people. Rise up, people, and become your own wellness doctor. Do the things that you need to do for you and take advantage of the opportunities that I have for you, family, community, and friends. It's time to feel good and feel better. So check out my website. Go out there and step up to Quantum Health and Healing and get those feel-good pharmaceuticals. We got 17 of them out there for you. You don't even have to talk to a practitioner. Just go on my website, fill out that information, get your back in with the Nest Health and get all the wellness information you need, Quantum Health and Healing. Get your pharmaceuticals, call me, schedule yourself for the scan. It's all right there for you because you take the time to take care of yourself and you don't run around and just ask people, what should you do? You're doing the right thing. You're making the right moves. And that's what we share with you aboard this friendship train ride. Family, community, and friends, I'm just excited. I'm just sharing so much information. I know this show was a lot. Got to come back and listen to it when I put it up on the YouTube channel, K Davis F. It will help you like it helped me. Take the time to become your own wellness doctor and tune into yourself. Thank you for coming aboard the Friendship Train Ride this Wellness Wednesday. And I look forward to you joining me next Wednesday. And I'll be back live soon. I just got to get that schedule together. But right now, I got to be able to take care of the living space. Peace and love, family. You do the same thing too. Relax this week. Tune into yourself and take your deep breaths. And think about nerve force. You might can't feel your nerves like me, but you get that sense and you get that feeling. Don't let nobody get on your nerves. And if you find yourself saying that child gets on my nerves. No. No, 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 no. Don't put that energy out there like that. Don't create that environment for yourself, family, community, and friends. Shift the energy to a positive state. And we want to create powerful, powerful nerve force. Taking that deep breath. Talk to you next week. Peace and love.
Greetings, everyone. Are you still taking care of your human body field cellular malfunctions from an outdated healthcare system? Why not shift out of chronic disease care, stress, pharmaceuticals, vaccines, and surgeries, and step up to energetics, epigenetics, and quantum health and healing with me? Step up and take control of your health journey. I offer you one free human body field voice scan from your computer or phone. Instant access to your scan results and more free quantum health information. For more details, visit consciousselfcare.com. CONSCIOUSELF care.com. Or call Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, 202-248-7749. Yes, it's time to be your own wellness doctor.
1999, and the illusion continues. One begs to ask, when will it end? Unnatural disasters happen seemingly every week. Train crashes, shootings, nuclear accidents. Is there any place of refuge one can flee from this insanity? Very few of mankind's creations are designed to make you feel good, unless you get pleasure from seeing the human body desecrated by guns, explosions, fights, and any other things these so-called artists create. In the name of freedom, many have used art as a means to destroy the human mind. As an excuse to continue, we hear, art reflects society. How many times has this lie been repeated? Creations are not real, they say, and yet any one of these people can call to mind images and complete scenes of horror in graphic detail. They will carry these so-called unreal creations around with them for the rest of their lives. These images are now a part of their being. In the name of recreation, these people in fact are recreating themselves and their own images. Society then reflects art. In man's decision to further separate from God, his recreation of himself leaves him in a dysfunctional state of confusion. The mind becomes a burial ground for dead waste. Isolated from the wholeness of God, earth, and his fellow brothers and sisters, this man seeks solace in activities he thinks will stimulate his mind. He then begins downloading into his brain a series of man-made creations designed to destroy it. All man-made creations originate from one of two sources: the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. One of these trees contains deadly fruit, the other, fruit of everlasting life. The one who disregards this fact recreates himself and his kind into extinction. You are reading these words on a machine created by man. As you read, you hear a voice speaking to you the words that you perceive. They make sense to you because you understand. Stand under the spelling. The words are what binds this spell to your illusion. When you hear the truth, like a memory, you recognize it, and this recognition releases you from all illusion. Many languages are brilliant in their attempt to confuse you. Con meaning against, fuse meaning together. Words in their spell-binding illusions have the power to keep man separate from God. You were born in an all-knowing state of mind. The first words spoken to you begin the spell. The words come from one of two sources: the tree of knowledge or the tree of life. In ignorance or simply lack of respect for God, many use words that confuse the minds of humans and turn them into projections of their own illusions. Because of this fact, many people grow up and blindly assume their pre-selected role under a dictatorship without even being aware of it. When asked what they are doing here on earth, most will answer with statements that do not reflect their natural God-given desires. This creates a pyramid-like structure with the dictator on top and each level under it knowing less and less. Upon reaching the bottom level, which is where the majority is, you will find chaos, disorder, and illusion. With ill as its prefix, illusion is a state of insanity. In the name of democracy, supreme power is vested unto the people in this insane state instead of God. A future recreated to be ruled by man is one of isolation and despair. Returning the leadership back into God will allow mankind to achieve its original collective goal, which is union with God. Ideas contrary to this goal should not be blamed or persecuted, just simply ignored. They originated when man first chose to ignore God's rule. Simply put, in the beginning the human was made perfect in God's image. They had no need for knowledge. They were also given freedom of choice. The tree of knowledge and the tree of life are reflections of this freedom. The human is now a reflection of their choice. They could have simply chose not to choose. God being centrifugal in nature, freedom was the cause and choice was the effect. In knowing their perfection made in God's image, there was no need to choose. In fact, there were no needs. There was only love in an all-knowing state before the fall. The worst thing you can do is give up your God-given right to choose. For in it, you can choose not to choose. Therein is the final judgment. The illusion ceases, and you awaken from your dream. Now the healing begins. With an all-knowing mind made in God's image, you can create as your Creator, God, intended. With love, honor, and respect for every living thing in the universe. Separation ceases, and we all become one being. singing the one song.
I am the universe, the sun, the moon, and sea. I am the energy, that is what I believe. I can be contradiction, that is all I see. But I am the universe, and the universe is me. I am the one song, oh yes, and that one song is free. All things come from this one song, the garden and the tree. Everything is present. What is will always be. This is the first and the last song, and all that come between. When language falls